This is the bus barn. This concrete here. There was a tornado came here in 1960 and leveled that barn and another one.
And look at how high the water is now.
Wave the camera. This is one of my uncle's cars. Still has New Hampshire plate on it. And then there's a few of Frederick's cars here. Here's another one. This car he bought used, but that other one he bought brand new from, I believe it was Goss Dodge in South Burlington, Vermont.
How fun! Well, it's still original paint. I left the
Yeah.
decals in the windows.
Wow.
It's
Wow, it shined up nicely.
it did. That was Austin's hard work. A couple nights with a buffer. And,
Wow.
But it's all here.
Yeah,
it's
it
all
has
touched. It's
this nice little decal.
you still got your fingerprints on it somewhere. Yeah. And there's a couple more of those on the other side.
Deja vu.
But motor's
Beautiful.
been out, suspension's been off. I mean, we didn't restore it, but we've.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to remain original.
Where'd you get the muffler?
That was the last one.
Is that from Belgium?
Yes.
Yeah, I know about that.
He had one left.
The original cylinder head was porous after he'd run it maybe 12,000 miles, and it started. So at that time, you could get a 1438 Fiat pushrod, which was the same block as this.
Yeah.
So he put that head on, and it never gave any trouble.
Oh, nice.
So that's what's
Good.
in it. I mean, unless you
Well, when I
change
got it, it was running on 2 cylinders. 2 of the
Yeah.
push rods had been folded up. So,
Oh, wow.
So new lifters, new push rods.
Yeah.
Rockers were fine. They're just readjusted. All the valve seats have
Right.
been.
The rods were bent or just
Oh, I wish I had
crushed
brought it literally like a pretzel. And it might have even happened here. I don't know, because the valves were just glued in place from gunk from sitting
Yeah,
for so
for sitting,
long.
yeah. It
And at
sat
some
for
point they
years.
started it and it just was too much force and bent the push rods. Fortunately, it didn't damage the block in any way.
We
Pistons
can tell
haven't
this
been out,
car
bottom.
because of this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So I understand that
dropped
was a
something on it.
ladder
It was
or
a ladder.
whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to come up with something way better that involves Pike Peak and maybe an angry spectator or something. We'll come up with a better story than that.
Boy, he felt so. I remember when that. Well, he was scared to show us this for a long time.
it's just part of the
couple
story.
years.
Yeah, the door has a little ding on it.
Yeah. I mean, it
It's
was.
a little wrinkled up down at the bottom.
He had 5 cars in what was basically a 2-car garage for a long time.
Well, that
Oh, that's the one I'm thinking of. Right there.
this looks like this looks like a racing mishap somewhere.
Maybe. He's about to tell a story. I stopped him.
Oh, you
Okay.
know about this sticker?
No,
For several years, we were volunteers. Mount Equinox hill climb in Vermont, 100 feet.
and they close it off and race for a day. Yeah,
The whole weekend.
nice.
Friday afternoon.
It's
Saturday,
the oldest hill
Sunday.
climb in North America.
We ran around it. We were volunteers in the white suits, working the thing. And so this was our pass. I think this was the last year we were there with it. Yeah, I've got some really nice, beautiful pictures of this on Mount Equinox. There's you go up about halfway up, and there's what they call Little Equinox, and then there's a ridge line. The road follows it. There's like precipitous drops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a little pull out.
Adds to the
And
excitement.
there's a little pull out at the beginning of that, and I got some great pictures of my brother in this car. You know, like
I might have one of those photos that Matt had.
That's the one. I think he does have that one.
Yeah, because he
Okay.
provided.
And
me
I
a
think
lot.
Fred's in the car in that photo.
yeah, he is in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got that folder.
He was a short. They're brothers, but he was this tall.
How long has he been gone?
2008, so 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years.
And he kept it that whole time.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. This was at the 66 Boston Car Show, which was a pretty big deal then.
Sure.
I don't know what it is now, if it even exists. And we first saw it was of course it was locked up, the windows were rolled up, but it was all fingerprints all over.
Of course,
because
everybody was
car
cooing it
show.
on and drooling on.
And so he bargained with Arkel Village was the name of the Italian car dealer. They sold. They had an Abarth distributorship.
Well, I am just delighted to connect the dots on the story. And
Sure. Well, there's probably a few more that I don't remember just now. But I'll think on it.
This place just goes on and on. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. It's very organized. So it's Monday morning. We're in Marysville, Ohio. We went to the Midwest Bayless open house that was on Saturday. Had a good time there and visited with some family. And my Aunt Kathy, who's 91 years old, about ready to, she's about ready to be 93 years old. So that was nice. And a bunch of cousins and everything. But it's time to hit the road. Now, last week I ordered some brake pads for the front of the Moto Guzzi. They're getting pretty skinny, and we had them shipped to Midwest Bayless and figured we'd pick them up. They were supposed to be there Friday, but they weren't, so they're supposed to be there Saturday. Well, there was an open house on Saturday, so lots of people were there, but the post office said that the business was closed, so they didn't deliver them. Well, there were lots of people at that business on Saturday. Anyway, there's been no update on the delivery. The last thing was that it's been rescheduled, and that was back on Saturday. So I've called Iron Pony, the place that we got our tires, and they've got the pads in stock. So we're going to go there and buy the pads. And if they show up at Midwest, we'll order some Fiat parts, and they can throw them in a box in the future. But we got to get moving. So we're going to go to Iron Pony, which is back south into Columbus, and pick up the brake pads and take them to Detroit.